Hello folks, Reloading Bench back with you this evening, and we'll call this part 2 of this box. I recently did a cleaning video on, and this will probably be a 2-part video because I was expecting both of my orders to be in this box. Ordered same time, same day delivery, same Target delivery, only both didn't show up. Only one showed up. And if you recall, I did some 416 brass cleaning. There's a good example. Recently, did a couple videos. Where's a goody good? I guess they're all equally baddish. And I use stainless steel for cleaning, and you can see they tarnish. So this doesn't look as good as it did the day that it was cleaned with these pins. Let's see how many I lose. Excellent. None. So I had been thinking, and I think I even mentioned it on the video, that pins sometimes don't necessarily clean the inside of the pockets, the primer pockets, that well because of the size. Everywhere else, I was very, very happy with how clean things looked. But again, what I find funny is this is what the brass looks like, you know, just sitting in the bag. And I have some 416 brass here that has been on my bench for technically years. I guess they're about the same. I was thinking this looks a little better. I can't remember what I did the trim with. Obviously not my big boy, because the big boy, the world's finest trimmer big boy, leaves some telltale marks. So, but here's a great example. See how dirty that pocket is? So I think what I'll do is, based on what's in this box, I think I will give this brass a second cleaning once the second item arrives. So the item that's in here, in this big box, is 1 pound. So that would make these probably, ooh, this is more than, this is probably 3 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. I don't know. I'll put it on a scale and put it on the screen. So this is 2 pounds. So this is definitely, I'm going to guess this is 5 pounds. So here's 2 pounds of tumbling media, stainless steel. And what I was looking for online was different types of media. I mean, once I mix this, they're all going to be the same. So I'll need to find a bigger container. But I decided to look for what I would call jeweler's mix. And this is one of them. That's interesting. Why there'd be such a big deal about pins. Maybe I didn't open it. I swear I didn't open it. So as I'm looking around online, the stainless steel media is ridiculously, in my opinion, overpriced. And what I wanted to do was complement these straight pins. So, and of course, I think I just lost a pin. Stainless, so messy. So pins go everywhere. So I picked up 2 different medias, and I'm going to combine all 3. So this media is 2 types. One, this little flying saucer looking thing, and the other is, you know, little BBs. So I'm going to use these, the pins, and then the third jar that has not yet arrived, which I will wait until it arrives before I do anything, is called diagonals. So I'm hoping between the pins, the BBs, it's a space saucer, and the diagonals, they get in there and do a better job of cleaning that. So there'll be another round of cleaning, and the focus will be on pockets and obviously throats, because this stuff will get in more than the pins. And if memory serves, you know, I only put probably 2/3, 1/2 to 2/3 of these pins in when I did these 9 4/16 Barrett cases. So we'll do a round 2 with that once, and we'll make another video on once the diagonals arrive. You know, it says due today, due by tonight, but you know, hasn't shipped yet, so that's not happening. So once those do arrive, we will mix these in. I'll probably get another empty container and mix things in, because I'm either going to have to keep them separate, and then I would have 3 different types, or I'm just going to mix them all in, and I think I'm just going to mix them all in. So that's the plan. We'll see when the other 2 pounds arrive. Good evening, folks. Reloading Bench back with you once again. And this is actually reloading content. It is the final in the... Actually, I'll take it back. I'll say it's the final in the media, but as I said in the previous video, I will take this new media and do another stainless steel cleaning of the 4/16 Barrett brass to see what it does for the primer pocket. And again, the reason is I don't think that the pins do such a great job on the pockets, the primer pockets, the big primer pockets, even the small primer pockets for the like 223. And then I decided I'm going to make my own batch. So I got 2 pounds of this, which is flying saucers and BBs. And then I thought, okay, let me get the diagonals. So I ordered this and the diagonals at the same time. And they were both next day prime. So I'm like, cool, that's why you buy prime. And, you know, from the timing and the shipping costs savings. But prime isn't what it used to be. Because now, when they say prime and next day, that's best effort. There's no guarantee. It's not like FedEx next day by 10 a.m. or your money back or whatever. But what I do believe is too many vendors are falling under the next day prime, and then they ship it whenever they ship it, and you just deal with it. So what happened with this was this showed up, and this one all the way up until 10 p.m. said arriving today, arriving today, arriving today, until it didn't. And then the next day, sorry, delayed. But what they said was, we'll let you know when it ships. So it hadn't even shipped. So the whole arriving today, it can't arrive today. It hasn't shipped. So I jumped online. Oh, that's pretty shitty. Yeah, not even a container. This is some bullshit. In any case, here is 1 pound of 1/8 stainless steel diagonals. So I think there's enough room in here for sure to do my diagonals. So I ordered these, and like I said, they never showed up, and it said, you know, next day delayed. We'll let you know when it ships. I'm like, oh, fuck you. So I jumped back online, and I looked at the product, and it said next day delivery. This is probably the original one, because I don't know what that's from, and I don't know what's going on here, but hasn't been opened. I'm guessing because of the bounce around factor. So in any case, I'm going to say that was the original order. Yeah, we'll let you know when it ships. I'm like, no, fuck you. So I jump online, look at the same product, and it says next day delivery. It's like, okay. So I ordered it. Wouldn't you know, they both show up the same day, same time, together. Without any update, you know, just all of a sudden it shows up. So that's going back. That's a going in the back. So I get my money back, because I don't need 2 pounds of this stuff. So what I will do, I like the whole idea of diagonals. and the reason is because they carry, you know, when you look at them, they carry more weight than the pins, and they have more of an edge than the Space Saucer and the BBs. So the Space Saucer, BBs, and the pins I think are good, but let's see, how does this magically open? Let me. Is this like a Costco thing where you gotta pierce it, and because they're like, oh no, you opened it, you fucking yeah, you gotta break the seal. You fucking opened it. Yeah, I didn't open it and use it. No, yes, you did. Yeah, there's no getting around that. But like I said, these, oh, I already lost one. These have a little weight to them as opposed to the pins. And because they're diagonals, they can get in there and work their way in. So I think what I will do is mix, I mean, they're all going to get mixed together. So ultimately, these will mix with these, but I think I need a bigger container than this. So we'll leave this container alone for now, and we'll see if these those did in fact fit in my spaceship and BBs. Let me see if I can find a bigger container than this so I can dump them out. And I love how everything gets in the way and everything falls when you touch it, because that's Murphy's Law. All right, so now we have 3 types of media up in here. We've got BBs, we've got diagonals, and we've got saucers, flying saucers, to which I will add the pins. But like I said, once this is probably one more reloading session, we'll have an extra bin. Now let's see how much I spill. Well, I know it'll all fit. There we go. All right, we are set. So we now have 4 types of media. 3 in here, 1 in there. So we have 3 pounds, and this is probably 5 or 6 pounds. Yeah, I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7, because this is significantly heavier than this. I'll probably put on the screen how many pounds this is. I'll go weigh it. So we are done. We meat are done, and this one goes back. You know, you just got to love how you get treated as a customer. Like, yeah, we'll send it whenever we feel like it, even though we promised you next day. So much for Prime. Good stuff. Later. All right, folks, this will be the last segment of this video. So we're going to put the Jewelers mix, the BB, Space Shuttle, Space Saucer, and Diagonals to use, along with the pins, to see if we can get a better, and I'll take some pictures because I don't know how clear this is coming in the camera, so hopefully, you know, we'll see. But it's cruddy in there. Not bad, but just not as good as what I would hope for stainless. I'll throw a half a teaspoon of Lemmy Shine, some warm water, and a shot of Dawn dishwashing detergent in here, and we'll set this up here. So back in a few minutes. So I'm going to say a little bit goes a long way, especially when it comes to Lemmy Shine. The foam, even though it's that high, I'm probably half full. I think I was about 30% full last time. So again, we're doing 9 Z's. All right, that's all 9 of them. We're going to do all of these. And I'm going to have to find a bigger container because this won't cut it. So I'll probably do, let's see. I'm going to say that's about half of these. And I'm going to have to weigh this. Should have done that before I started, but that's sometimes how things roll. I did not put any type of washer in here. The camera's right in the way, of course. So I'm just going to tighten this to where I'm going to call it snug, as opposed to snapping it off. The water that's on here is from the sink, because all things messy. All right, we got stuff. Okay, so let's see if we leaky. All right, let's hit the on button. We're going to 8 minutes. That's hours, I think. We're going to do, we'll start with 30 minutes. All right, we'll be back in 30 minutes. Let's see what that gets us. All right, as you can see, we're at the last minute. We've probably got another 45 seconds. And maybe as you can also see, it looks like we got a lot more wetness than last time. A lot more wetness. I mean, not like it's flooded or anything, but there's definitely, we'll see. I'm thinking another 10, 15 seconds. I went and made my Sunday afternoon coffee. Oh, there we are. We are done. Let me turn the power off here. Let's see how much wetness we have. Oh yeah, we've got, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, because I put my towel here, everything drained towards the back ass end on the right side. Yeah, so this shouldn't leak like that. And it's a good thing I have my, and this is freaking hot. You know what? I'm going to find out how hot this is. Looks like I got plenty of water on my mat there. So nothing-ish on the towel. It's all on. You can see the... I mean, again, we're not talking about a flood, but we are talking about some water. Let me get the heat gun. All right, I bought this years and years. I bought this because you probably couldn't hear me say that. Years and years ago when we had air conditioning problems, measuring flow out of the vents, and it always defaults to Celsius. That's 126 degrees right here versus 80 degrees right there. 80 there, 80 there, 123. Ouch, that's kind of hottish. I bet that'll be the hottest. Yeah, 137 degrees. This thing, 152, 152, 118, 130, 153. This thing gets hot. Like you cook an egg on 150 some odd degree, whatever. All right, let's get this out of the way. And we'll have to make sure this really gets dried off. So as what's metal's enemy with water? Rust. So you got to wonder where the water also went. But at 137 degrees, whew, it's gonna that's a hottie 137. Holy moly. We don't need this. All right. let's see what we got. Let me up the camera a little bit. Dive in. Make sure we don't lose the thingy thing like we did last time. Let me take one of my clean but stained towels, stained from Pew Pew cleaning. All right, let's take out one piece. Again, it's freaking gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. Let me, lots of suds. So I would probably want to rinse these. All right, so I would even venture to say, so this primer pocket looks better. Is it perfect? Is it as perfect as this? No. Is it better? Yes. I mean, the rims look stunning. Maybe I should use something other than my glasses. Let's see. How about this? Or my finger. Finger's too fat though. The rim, the inside rim right here looks phenomenal. This flash face, let's see, does that help any? A little bit. Let's see, maybe. Shouldn't have to do this. Again, I don't shoot match. I don't think there's a such thing as 416 Barrett match. But again, it's better. It's definitely better. I mean, it looks beautiful. Let's dig into this, into the, I bet the water looks like shit. Which it shouldn't, because these were already clean. But I'm going to guess the action of the pins against what little dirt there was. Let me try and dry that off a little bit as well. Dry that mouth off. I mean, the brass looks absolutely stunning. There is just no question, and that does look gorgeous. There's just no question that, yeah, that one looks even better. This one looks even better. There's no question that stainless steel wet tumbling does a phenomenal job. Absolutely phenomenal. Is it worth all the hassle and the mess and the wet and the cleaning and the drying? That's subjective. That's personal. Maybe to you, not to me. So, you know, again, if I was shooting match or something uber critical and I had to have a certain spec or degree or whatever, then maybe. But, you know, this is hard to argue how beautiful that looks. It really, really is. Especially, let me grab an oldie. Let me grab an oldie. Again, soap suds everywhere and shit. Let me grab an oldie. So, you know, the golden hue versus the once fired. Again, just look at the inside. It looks absolutely phenom. All right, that is it. We're calling it a wrap. Stainless steel tumbling works nice. Was it worth the extra, let's see, $35 for the two different kinds of media? I don't know. I don't know that I got $35 worth of extra clean, but I'll look at the video to see, or the pictures that I took before to see how much, you know, the difference in the primer pocket. The brass looks stunning. There's just no argument there. Absolutely stunning. All right, folks. Later.